Hey guys, it's Matt with BleepinJeep.com, and today I just got the Sync Notcher 180 Junior from Medford Tools. This thing is really cool. It's a completely redesigned notcher that I've never seen before. This is a tubing notcher, and it's really cool. I'm going to show you how to put it together in this video, and then in the next few videos I'll show you all the neat features that it has. So make sure to check out this notcher at medfordtools.com. Also check out my website, BleepinJeep.com, where I've got all the best off-road videos on YouTube, none of the boring stuff. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, once you unbox this thing, this is what you'll end up with. It looks a little intimidating at first, but it's not that difficult. We'll get accustomed to the parts as we put it together here. So the first thing you want to find is your base plate. Now there's top and bottom to the base plate, and you can tell the top because there are two extra holes. On the bottom, those holes aren't there. So find those two extra holes, that's the top. First thing we're going to do is grab this triangular vise jaw, and you'll see there's three holes, and we're just going to match that up with three holes here. And then we'll turn it over and use three of the bolts provided and attach that. Alright, now take a 9/16 wrench and we're going to tighten that down snug. Alright, so the next thing we're going to find is this anchor block. Now that's going to go right there. Now the way you can tell is you want to be able to push it in from this side and it locks into place. So you don't actually have to use that first, but for the anchor block, just make sure that this little piece right here is pointed towards the triangular block. And then we're going to put two bolts in it. And so we're going to put these two at the on this top side of the plate, and the other two we're going to save for the mounting plate there. Alright, so it looks like that. I'm going to tighten down those two bolts here. Alright, now we're going to use the mounting plate. We're going to put that right here. There's only two bolts left, and those happen to be a little bit longer to accommodate for the mounting plate. So we're just going to put it right through those holes and then tighten that down. Alright, so you should end up with something like this. You got your base plate, your mounting plate, your anchor block, and that triangular vise jaw. Now what we need to do is put this in a vise, something just to hold it while we assemble the rest. Okay, so obviously the Sync 180 Junior is meant to be mounted in a vise. This isn't a permanent setup here, but I just mounted this up so I could display it to you guys here. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it yet, but this is just for display purposes here. Now the next thing you want to do is mount up the other side of this vise jaw. So that's going to go right there. And then you're going to take the threaded handle, and you want to just put a little bit of grease on the end of there, and then we're going to thread it through, and it's going to go into that block just like that. Now push it in there good, make sure it's seated. Now what you want to do is take two of these little set screws, and we're going to put one inside here. And if you'll notice, let me show you that. There's a little indentation right there where that set screw is going to go into. So we're going to take that down, take the set screw all the way to the bottom. Once it hits the bottom, then we're going to take it and we're going to turn it 1.5 turns back. So that's 1.5. Now we're going to leave it right there, and then we're going to take the second set screw and we're going to push that and tighten it down all the way in to the bottom there. That'll lock it in place. Okay, now that's locked. Now you can see it's attached on there. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is attach the swing arm to the base plate. So we're just going to set that right there. We're going to use the included socket cap screw there that goes down and through, and then washer and locking nut. Alright, so that's 3/4 on the bottom and 3/8 on the Allen. We're just going to tighten that up a little bit here. Make sure that when you put this piece on, the little notches are at the bottom there. Alright, so that's tight. Right now, we don't want it too tight, but when you go to make your cuts, make sure to tighten that up. Alright, so the next thing to put in is the Arbor shaft assembly. Basically that just fits down just like that. And then your Arbor shaft goes in like so. There we go. Now on the bottom of the Arbor shaft is a threaded piece sticking out. We're going to put this little spacer, and then we are going to put this knurled knob right here, and then we can tighten it up. Now this is the 90-degree position. Most of your cuts are going to be right there in the 90-degree position. Now it also comes with several adapters. There's two different kinds of adapters. One is for 1 1/4 and plus inch hole saws, and one is for 1 1/8 inch and smaller hole saws. So depending on what size you want to use, you'll just put that right in the end there. Alright, so we're almost there. We've got one more thing to add, and that is the 180 jig. Now this is what makes this special. Let's install this sucker. Okay, so you're going to take these two little socket cap screws and those two little holes that I talked about earlier. We're just going to thread them in there. Now the kit comes with a little T-handle Allen wrench. That comes in handy right here. And then you're going to take this, the jig, and we're going to put it right in here. Okay, now we can go ahead and tighten this down. Now what that does, let's say you're cutting an angle. A lot of times you need to cut an angle from here, and then you need to turn it around and cut from the other side because your hole saw won't penetrate all the way through. So what this little jig does is keep you on alignment, so you can come from this side and then go exactly 180 degrees from the other side. So you just make your cut here, then you bring this around. This jig lines right up again, flat here, and you make your cut again from the other side. That's as simple as that. Alright, so there are a few more pieces, and that is these little spacers. Now basically what the spacers do is you can add those to the bottom. You can space that up higher. Now what that's for is, say you have a tube. Usually you have two tubes that come in and meet together like this, but let's say you want one tube to come in a little higher and meet further up. You just add one of these spacers, however many you need to get it the height you want, then lock that down and you can offset your tubes. Now there's just one other piece, and that is this, and you can put it right there to, that's just basically a chip shield. It keeps the metal shavings out of the swing arm. You can add that if you like, or you don't have to. Now that's it. We've got it all installed, put together, and in the next video I will show you some of the features that this thing has. Alright guys, well there you have it, the Sync 180 Junior. That's a really cool looking notcher. In the next few videos I'm going to show you all the cool features that this thing has. So make sure to check this out at medfordtools.com. This is the Sync 180 Junior. Also check out my website, BleepinJeep.com. We've got all the best off-road videos on YouTube. None of the boring stuff, hats and t-shirts, muffler bearings, flux capacitors, and more. So check that out, BleepinJeep.com. Do subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. Check out the Facebook page as well. And leave your comments or questions in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Okay guys, I hope you learned something there. I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing and supporting the BleepinJeep channel. Now we've got a few options for you. First of all, these videos can be costly and take a lot of time to do. And if you want to contribute, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, the option for that is right over there. Also, we'd love for you to check out the t-shirt store. The link for that is right down there. We've got these t-shirts, this hat, and more at BleepinJeep.com/store, or that link. Also, we'd love for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That option is right below. It's free. You get updates via email every week when we upload a new video. Also, we'd love for you to check out the website, BleepinJeep.com, or click this link right here. We've got all kinds of off-road videos. We've got how-to videos, off-road parks, and discount coupon codes, and more. So check that out, BleepinJeep.com. Alright guys, thank you very much for subscribing and supporting, and we'll see you in the next video.